All right, welcome back everybody to the OQ podcast. Today we got myself, Aloxio, we have Quax, and we have Bach from Supernova, and we have Kongzi of Team Samsara. How are you guys doing today?
Howdy, partner.
Good. It's
Doing
early.
great, doing
I
great.
just woke up.
Yeah, we're filming this one very early, but today we're talking about what happened in the third week of OQs. We have a couple teams who have secured their spot in the promo tourney, who will be against teams like Blue Otter and AMI for their spot. We also have many more teams eliminated and the final teams playing for their spot. So let's talk about that first. Let's talk about the teams that have made it in. Much to
Yep.
Fiji and my prediction, Contingent has made it, first of all, the first team to qualify. And secondly, happily for Quacks, Lotus has made it as well. So what do we think about this?
Get away.
So go ahead, Buck.
No, you take it away. Like, I want to hear. This is your team, Lotus, right? This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
you rep these guys.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Was it
I never
legit
doubted
of a
them.
run?
Yeah. So listen, I know a lot of people have been looking at the bracket, especially like post whenever we put out a video. Like last week we put out our video and a bunch of people were like, Lotus's run is fake as fuck. Because they have gone against like easier teams. And like I will concede that they have probably had an easier run than Contingent. That being said, I still feel like this is a promotion tier team. Like I feel most of these players could be an NACL, and I'm not gonna change my mind. So like I'm gonna still rep these guys as being one of the two teams to make it. Specifically, I got messaged by Shogo actually after I believe it was the week 1 episode where he was like respectfully he was like, I think you have the wrong read on Surenfire. Like that guy will dive botlet, because we were basically talking about how like Surenfire on paper, like Surenfire's style and Shogo's style maybe conflict with one another, and like questions about how that would be working. And he was like, oh, he loves diving bot and playing for bot and like making sure that we can make all of the aggressive plays around that area. And so I feel like if that is the case, and we are having a team where Shogo feels comfortable being the carry, and like this is kind of another run of good old classic Ole Miss, but and to no insult Aloxio, possibly better, just individually, then I feel like it's a promotion tier team. Like I don't think this is a squad that you should be saying gets eliminated by most of the other teams that will be participating in the promotion tournament.
That makes sense. Here's the thing, Quacks. I really like Shogo. Obviously, he's my boy. I've worked with him before. I like Crankshank on the staff.
Yeah.
I like all of their players a lot. However, I think when I watched their most recent series to qualify against bus drivers, it looked really suspicious at the beginning. And a lot of where they found success
It
was
did.
after the laning phase and after the early game, when it went to mid game and late game, and they were able to find the Shogo team fights, right?
And this is what I said. I was like, their early games are sus a little bit. Like they go down kills, they look a little uncoordinated, but like I think their mid to late game is better than most other teams that'll be participating in the summer promotion tournament. Like I think their team fighting is the best trait of this squad. They just have to get over like the first 15 minutes, in my opinion.
But I think that um like Blue Otter is no bus drivers. That's the difference in my head. Is that one team's gonna abuse this early game a lot more than other teams, and also a lot of the things that they're drafting, it is very like, we don't know if it's just because of the promo tourney, um, but it does feel like they are conceding the early game a lot. And I really want these players to succeed, but in my head, I like, if the tournament went on and if I had to imagine them against Contingent, I would pick Contingent, unfortunately, for this team. But I wonder what the rest of you guys think on this.
Well, I'm gonna speak personally. Sorry to cut you off, KingK over here.
Oh, you're
but,
good. You're good. You're good.
So like Shogo is a player that I'm very high on myself, and honestly, in Supernova's tryouts this past offseason, we passed on Shogo to go with Levitate not because of any like lack of Shogo's skill, but just because I believed it'd be a better fit for the team I was trying to build. Once again, not saying Shogo's an asshole at all. He's a very chill guy, but like I was trying to put together a very specific set of personalities for my roster. So that being said, I think Shogo's really good. I think Mixture, when he's not being a complete idiot, is really good. Reppy, I don't understand how this guy can be this good while also having 0 Oriana Prio. But
Wait,
yeah, I mean,
true.
like it's just like a good roster, good players. And has anybody made the comment on past episodes how half of the players on Lotus are also on contingent in ACL? It's like
That
the
was
same
your job,
team.
Quax. You didn't say
That
That
was
that.
was my
actually
job. Wait, hang
that was
on.
actually going to be my comment.
And shout out
I'm
So
like,
is there
Kyo,
like
who
some inbreeding going on over here, or like what's going on? Just like you guys play Mugenics? Have you guys played Mugenics, the cat game where
I
you breed
have.
the cats and stuff?
I know what you're talking about. I haven't played it, but
Yeah, dude, these guys are doing some eugenics bullshit over here. They're all like creating these mutations and inbreeding and getting their stats up. I mean, that's OP,
crazy name
dude.
for a
I'm not
game.
gonna lie.
Now that I
Yeah, no
know the
kidding.
wait,
name.
so,
Yeah.
so if you think about it, like if Lotus plays contingent or not, maybe the other way around, but like if they beat them and they mental boom, are they mental boom for ACL or OQ? What do you think?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
I
Probably
don't think
both,
they
honestly.
matter for ACL as much. Like at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
I hate to say it,
Yeah.
but I think the overall level of ACL, even if they do mental boom, they should still be fine. Not to say
Yeah.
that like all of the ACL players are bad, but just like compared to what we're used to, like we've had some stacked
Mhm.
ACLs in the past, and I think this is one of the less stacked ones in my opinion. Like there are a lot of key players that usually participate that aren't doing so. So I don't think it matters as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean, I
mean,
do.
Yeah.
Oh, go on, KingK.
oh, the one thing I wanted to point out about that team is like I think Surnefire is way better than what a lot of people realize, and I think it's like a lot of people don't know that he used to be like a pretty well known, player. And we ran into this issue actually on my team. None of my players actually knew who Surnefire was. And we kind of fell into
Fools.
the trap. Yeah, we kind of fell into the trap of like, we don't know who this guy is, so he's just a
You
giga random.
rando
He's just not
checked
gonna.
Shard Fire and did he like fucking 1v5?
Wasn't he at
No,
Worlds?
no, no. Yeah, exactly. That was my point. I was literally like sitting there. My players are just calling me a boomer because I know all these like all these old players, but I know he's got such a great mind for the game. He's like super smart. And then the biggest thing that I wanted to point out is like how creative he is with like his pathing, how he's like jungling. Like I think we saw him like in one of our series we played was he started like Wolf Camp and then like Wolf Camp re-gank into a bot side and then just straight into a full clear. And he just gave up both scuttles and he just continued to over-index into ganking bot, which I think like pairs really well with Shogo because you get Shogo ahead. I mean, it's just going to be a one-man show, and I feel like that pairing works so well together because Surnefire is just willing to give up whatever he needs to set somebody else up for success.
Yeah. Reppy too. I mean, we kind of had this discussion yesterday, or
Mhm.
not yesterday, last week, about like Reppy's role on the team. And people were saying in that episode, like, Reppy is willing to perma roam bot. Like he's willing to, put on pressure in other lanes on top of being like pretty good in the lane itself. Like he applies pressure to the map. And like, I think that also fits really nicely with Shogo. My biggest concern with this team, and this is a hopefully down the line problem on top of the early game that we talked about is the usual pitfall of just any Shogo team where, it's just Shogo's show. Like if Shogo's not ahead, what the fuck are we gonna do? Kind of thing. And I feel like this team has more potential to give Fire the ball, to give Reppy the ball. So I am interested if any teams in the promotion tournament actually do push them to go that route, right? Where like you put Shogo on like a Senna, or you put Shogo on something that can like be weak sided, and then just give Reppy a carry or give Fire like a Shyvana angle or something like that. That would be really interesting to see. But I do think that unless I see it, that will always be something in the back of my mind that I get a little bit worried about because we haven't really witnessed it against like better teams yet. Like there have been some drafts where they're giving Reppy and Surenfire more agency to be carries, but those are against like teams that I don't feel like could beat them anyway. So like now when it matters, like are they willing to index into a different route, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if that would ever happen just by the fact that, the other, I think bus drivers like B1 Ezreal, a very common meta pick, and then
Yeah.
Lotus just picks Vayne as a response instantly on one for Shogo. I'm like, yeah, that I don't know if he's just taking Senna at any point. But I also want to give a shout out to Geigar, if I said his name correctly, top lane.
Geiger?
Geiger? Geiger
Like a
slash
Geiger
Geiger.
counter.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Like when you count radiation in Fallout, it like counts as how much rads you have. It's like a
Oh yeah,
Geiger count.
shit. Yeah,
Or I
Geiger.
guess in real life, right?
Is
But
that why
Geiger.
he's named Geiger?
I don't know, but
Uh,
I just made that up. I
I
didn't make
always
that up.
thought he just named
you
himself.
made that up.
I always thought he named himself
No,
after
it's
his Pokemon.
I.
Oh, Gengar?
That's what I thought
Yeah,
as
but
well. That's. But I don't.
it has the I in there, which makes it weird. But like
Anyway.
everybody always called him. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he did really good though, and they kind of did give him the ball in that game with the Vayne against bus drivers, where he got a Kled counter pick top, and I thought that for one, not only did he pilot it really well and got like a solo kill and all of that, but he also kind of saved the draft by them having no engage in a Vayne who was outranged in the game, and he like found the flanks, he found the angles, and this is a player that like yes, I was worried about their solo lanes, but people were telling me Reppy was very good. I saw that, but also Geiger did very well as well, and I think that yeah, collectively as a team, the pieces work together, and I do think that they have shown that they are a promo tourney level team. I just don't know if I have the confidence to say that they would currently beat out Contingent, Blue Otter, or AMI. And
The weird thing, and we'll get to this when we have like all of our teams maybe predicted on who will be participating in the promotion tournament. But like we haven't seen Blue Otter and AMI for like a month. Like it's been a fucking long time. So I think that it's tough to say how these teams would stack against the bottom of NACL because we haven't seen the bottom of NACL for a really long time, right? So that'll be an interesting discussion because I feel like last time we saw these two teams, like I would honestly say both Lotus and Contingent have a fair chance of beating Blue Water. Unless Blue Water have improved since the last time we saw them, I'm not like super sure, you know? Bach, I see like your reaction. What do you have to say?
I thought you were gonna say that like AMI is the really beatable team because I think AMI is much more beatable than Blue Otter right now.
I think that's
I don't
true.
know
I would
what
agree.
happened.
I would
There's
agree
like
as well.
there's like some like negative debuff I get. Like when you're playing TFT and you have like 3 ninjas, you get one buff at 1 and one buff at 4. It's like it just takes away all their stats for some reason. But their team should be so good. Or not so good, but like really good. So I have a feeling I know
Yeah.
both teams took a couple of weeks off to like mentally reset, but they've been scrimming for like the past week or so, getting back into the swing of things. So I'm not going to leak anything, but I have eyes everywhere. I have ears everywhere. I'm like Littlefinger from Game of Thrones or whatever that guy's name is.
I,
But
I'm also like
You're Mr.
super
Oral from
confused.
the Lorax.
yes, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm also like super confused because going into what I personally did power rankings for NACL, I actually had Blue Otter like pretty up there. And I think the biggest thing was just like worrying like if they didn't have like kind of a leader in game, which I figured like,
Mhm.
maybe somebody would like kind of fulfill that role and maybe they've just taken a little bit longer to find that. But I feel like if they really have been working on it and just figure out how to get on the same page on kind of what they're doing, I think Blue Otter can still be a very good roster. Um, Regardless of the fact that they went 10th. I think it's just growing pains because how they kind of built their roster up. But yeah, I mean, I'd be worried if I was AMI about a couple of the teams that are coming through the promotion tournament. And it'll be a fight between any of the other teams versus Blue Otter. Um, And I think a lot of those series will be very fun. I would be very interested to see a Lotus versus Blue Otter series.
Yeah. I think Lotus and
Mm.
Contingent versus Blue Otter is definitely a matchup that like I would like to see, but
Mhm.
yeah, we're gonna have to find out.
Well,
I
let's
mean,
talk about contingent as. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Do
no,
you
you're
have
The
good.
any
Keep
Island of
going.
thoughts?
Misfit Toys. No, no, no.
I was gonna say we should talk about, like, we've talked about Lotus a lot, but Contingent's another team that has qualified straight through. I think dropping like one game to some random team. I could confirm that, but it was like Calamity or someone. But other than that, they're qualified. So I mean, are we just still as high on this team as before?
Um,
Or Cube?
yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah, we are.
I
I
am.
will, I will say, if they do make it into the NACL, it will be very fun to see Johnny Rockets among the top laners of Tier 2. That sounds like a very funny world. Um, he's really fucking good. Like, I'm not saying like he wouldn't earn it or deserve it. I just think that this is a guy I only knew about like a year ago from like CLOL 2025. And so I think to make that jump that quickly is very surprising. That would be really cool for him.
Johnny Rockets is a work ethic monster. That guy does not stop grinding. Like he's going
Mhm.
for his masters in college right now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He was a state champion in volleyball. Did you know that?
Holy shit. No, I did not.
And
What the
and
fuck?
and and he's a challenger top laner. He's a state champion. I mean, this guy and went like kind of just to leak some stuff. He was doing tryouts with us for one of
Born
our
to
teams that
win.
we were building up. And yeah, I mean that's just the mentality he has. He will put forth the best effort that he can and put as much effort into it as he can to grow.
That's actually so
Um,
gamer. Wow.
yeah, and like dude, his decision making, like whenever he's playing his laning phase and like decision like making like in later on in the game, it's actually like I don't think it's second to, I think it's second to none, literally. I think he like a lot of people don't have their eyes on him because it's just like there's a bunch of other players that are participating in the tournament that might be a little bit more like known factors, but I feel like that guy actually can 1v9 games and he does it in a very entertaining way as well. So
Makes
He's had some
sense.
good games. Like, yeah, on content, like he's had some really good games. So like I believe you.
I think Kaido has also looked very on form in the
Mhm.
tournament. When I've watched him play, from their perspective, he is like completely smurfing a lot of the games. I just wonder how he'll stack up to like Bio and Munchie and I
It'd
guess
be fine.
Fire as well. Okay.
Yeah. No, so like my biggest thing with this team is you have like two little shit rats in mid and jungle. Like these guys are like this is not an official endorsed broadcast, so I'm gonna give my true feelings. I love both of these guys, City Witty, Kaido, and Asila. They're just like generational level pig-headed idiots, and you need somebody like Thin Uncle Phil to whip their ass into shape. I think Phil, if anyone can do it, Phil can do it. And then like I'm just really happy also that Breezy found a home because like justice for Breezy. Like glad that he's getting a spot on contingent. I think Dapshin might be a good lane partner for him. I honestly haven't seen too much of their gameplay, so I can't speak on it. I've been kind of locked in on my own thing, but I just know that this is like two really strong personalities. Dapshin, smart guy, not like super active on the team. Breezy, smart guy, not super active in comms. And when I say like not active, it's like not like a leader. And then Johnny Rockets, who in my opinion is the biggest X factor on this team. Like he's not experienced at this level. He's a good player, lots of good work ethic, but he's kind of like filling in the same role that Fiji is on CCG right now. Just like, hey guys, like I'm going to be potentially the weakest link, but if I can bring my floor up, then
I'm gonna
like
do
I'm
my
going to be super
thing.
stable and do my thing. So it's kind of just like, can Thin Uncle Phil put the shot callers on mid and jungle enough to get the team in a coherent direction? And IMO, I think he can. I trust this team a lot. I like all five of these players a lot, despite what I just said. it's just like you got to be honest, right? You can't just go in like, wow,
No,
we have
I
nothing to work
appreciate it.
in,
Like,
you know.
I think that is like a really fair assessment. I will say, as someone who has watched like a good amount of tape from Contingent, shout out to the people streaming for them, by the way, and just like giving us tape to look at. Daption has been doing really well. Like, Daption has had some really good games. And I
Love
think
Daption.
individually, everyone on this team has the capability of popping off, and like that is probably, it's kind of like the anti Lotus concern that I just voiced about, where I was like, I'm worried that Lotus are going to bottleneck themselves too hard into carrying through one lane and not being flexible enough to give Reppy or Surenfire the ability to have carry agency. I feel like everyone on Contingent can have carry agency. Every single one of these guys can be put on a carry, they can perform, and I think that makes them really deadly because you never really know where they're going to be drafting around. Specifically though, like all of this Johnny Rockets praise is making me like, you were comparing him to Fiji on CCG. I don't think you realize how much of a compliment that is. That team is doing so fucking well. Like, and if they turn out anything like CCG, this team is totally making NACL.
One shout that I'd like to mention as well is like on CCG they have Dardoch, and like, you know, Dardoch is the jungler for Fiji, or not Fiji, Johnny Rockets collegiate team, and so they had a lot of growth. They had a lot of growth there over their course in collegiate, from what I heard.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah. So that was just like kind of like something I wanted to mention.
Crazy balls
Because I
to
think,
watch Kongzi. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're on St. Cloud, right?
Yes,
yeah.
with
Yep.
Zev, Nukes, and Sim as well.
Yep.
But I can't believe you just pulled that. But anyway.
No, it's a Minnesota State school. Like I know. Like I'm from there. I love St.
Kongzi's
Cloud.
pulling out all of these like the history, like lore, and it's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
amazing. I respect that a lot. Um, so we'll get back to talking about the teams that we think will promote. Again, I think we'll get Bach and Kongzi's opinion on that, and then talk about like um I guess our predictions next. But first, we'll quickly do as we do with each episode and say goodbye to the
The
fallen
cannon
teams.
boom.
Yeah, I realized I wasn't sharing my screen on Discord, so I'll let you guys see what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunately, I
Kongzi,
still can't see
brace
it.
yourself.
So
oh,
I'm already braced. But
I'll
I
say
already
them
know. I already know.
anyway.
I already know.
So the ones for you guys watching highlighted in light red are the teams that have been eliminated in week 2. The dark red ones are week 1. But so the teams that have now been eliminated are Hour Zero Esports, K9, Gamers Collecting Club Esports, Gorilla Jones Mentality V2, Kappa Deluxe, the Riddlers, Meslow's Family, uh, Team Samsara, Rip, Rolling
Rip.
the Hayden, uh, Sussy Six, International Love, and then at our main characters, No Org and Cupid Esports have also been eliminated. Anyone we want to talk about? I think there's a few good ones here.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. Someone else go first because I have a lot to say.
I want to mention Sussy Six. They had the matchup. They have Gorilla Jones on their team. They played against Gorilla Jones Mentality V2, and I think in their last, like, they did about as we expected. We were debating putting them in Coin Flip or Dark Horse, but they performed at a Dark Horse level where we thought that they could contend. They beat the teams that we were questioning whether they could or not, and I think that like that team performed up to their level, um and it's just unfortunate that they had to kind of go out in the last matchup. Maybe if they got like an easier bracket of some sort, they could have made it.
I'll go second. So one team that I am a little sad that didn't make it as far as I was kind of hoping is International Love. This is the team with Fodge, uh, Fodge, Prince, Goku, Wixie, Mystiques. I've been told it's not Mystiquez. Yeah, I like. It's funny too because the way in which the team they got eliminated by really perplexes me. Like, they got eliminated by Deathmark Esports, which I think was a team we kind of talked about last week as probably not making it into week 3. They reminded me of it by adding me on Twitter, being like, "Quaxcast, you didn't believe," and I was like, "Shit, man." Okay, anyway. But like I thought it was funny from them. But like this is a team that I thought had like a ton of mechanical upside. And was hoping they would make it like at least to where Samsara made it or something. Cause I like a lot of these players. Like I think Fodge has a lot of I think Fodge has a really high ceiling. I think Wixie is still a good player who's been around for a really long time. I think Goku is kind of the best of both worlds of what I just mentioned, has a really good mechanical foundation, but also has been in the scene for years and years. And then this team had fucking Warrior as a sub. So, like, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Warrior.
Wasn't that the team that Prince is playing jungle on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some beef with them. They canceled on us last day before OQ, our scrim. We played one game and then they canceled. It was supposed to be a best
Typical.
of 5 or a block of 5.
Typical.
So if they scrimmed you, they would have still been in the tournament. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
We
hard.
didn't have the
would have
gas tank.
won against Deathmark.
Yeah, we didn't have the gas tank. We were trying to build up the gas tank. We were going into some block of 5s. Like we're preparing the players mentally. Yeah. I mean, shame. We both could have made it. Just needed to play that block of 5.
Bach first. Do you have any team that you want to?
Yeah. Lots of shout outs. I mean, Cupid Esports, like just starting. Oh, I guess, sorry, I should start with like at the top. No org, always a shame because one, why are they 14th seed with a jungle, like with a roster like this? Like, I feel like this is maybe kind of.
Isn't it based on solo queue though? So it's like kind of no fault.
So
It is.
they based it off
Surely.
of the reset solo queue MMR.
Oh.
So literally everybody has the same MMR, and if you didn't play games, you actually had a bigger advantage because, like, for instance, some people played games and you could literally just you could literally have just gotten unlucky and just have consistent like Emerald Diamond games when you're first starting.
Yeah.
And then your MMR just tanks, but you're still gaining 30 LP, so you'll still shoot up to Grandmaster and Challenger. But
Yeah.
if you're playing against Challenger players frequently, your MMR will be classified as Challenger, even though your rank may not be Challenger. So that's why you see some teams that shouldn't be seeded as high. But like our team,
Yeah,
for
like
instance, we had 4 Challenger players and we were seeded 30.
Yeah, and you have Cupid Esports who are seated 31st, and then I'm coaching this team, or I'm not coaching, officially not coaching, but this team called Stasis Gaming. I like, dude, I like, you talk about incest, like I'm up in there with every single team at the tier 3 level. Like we're doing some inbreeding type shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't use that as a soundbite, please. But like, I'm big on player development, so I'm like involved trying to help as many people, as many teams as I can. And this team, Stasis Gaming, who's like basically Masters players, like they maybe peak GM, are like 10 seats higher than Cupid Esports, and we're talking about like bracket legitimacy here. So like obviously the best team's going to win. Brackets only matter if you plan on losing. But you know, big shout out to No Org. I wish these guys did what they needed to do. Chad Jungies, GOAT. Nightstar, GOAT. Inflame, super GOAT. I think this guy's going to be up next. I don't know when, but this guy's up next. This Inflame guy. Cupid, shout out.
For them, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, okay, listen, look. So look at the top side of the bracket from like round 5 upward, and like the caliber. This is like the most unbalanced bracket I've seen in a while. So you've got hang on. You've got Sussy 6, like Hour Zero Esports, Cupid Esports, No Org, and 9 Lives all on the same side. And then like you've got Samsara, Deathmark, and Dead Region on the other. Like to me, this is like the top, like this is like what was the one tournament that had this is like Worlds 2016's bracket stage where you had like fucking H2K ANX on one side and then like RNG SKT on the other, like a fucking gauntlet. Super, super unbalanced in my opinion. But I digress. Still, I was the big Cupid believer, and
Me too.
unfortunately they did not make it. I am a little bit sad about that. I even got a DM from Itlog, the person in charge of Cupid, who's like, "Thank you for believing in us." And yeah, like my pleasure. This is a really good team, and I do hope in some capacity that they run it back. I know that this is the only open qualifier tournament of the whole year, but like ACLs are open, so I hope to see them in that regard. Maybe if they're willing to stick around.
For sure.
Probably not. They will not. Like, no team sticks together, dude. Outside of Team Samsara and Calamity Esports, every single split, baby. Let's run it back. Trey Dog.
You mean
Let's
the
get it.
players, Quax? Yeah, that's not happening. The org is sticking around.
At least a couple of them. I don't know. That would be the hope.
They'll
But
be
yeah.
in the scene for sure.
They put together their roster last minute because they got poached by another team like the day
That
before
did
OQs happened.
happen.
So,
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know about that.
I don't.
well, I mean,
yeah.
and they got this crazy good roster. So, yeah.
Actually, I did see. They had like a sub support playing at the end, right? They had Light Pulse playing instead of. I don't remember who it was.
Didn't we?
No, wait. Minui was playing like AD, right? Who was the?
No, Minui was support.
Minui support.
So then who?
Chrome was the AD.
So Chrome
Aaron.
wasn't playing then. Minui. I saw Minui and Light Pulse when I watched their. Or am I like losing my mind?
We call that Boba back shots, dude. He got taken out by the Boba shift.
What are you? What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He works at Boba's a Boba shop. He's like super busy, so his availability is like really limited. So I know that he's like not able to scrim very often, which is a damn shame.
Yeah. Minui, right? Not
Chrome.
Oh,
I'm talking about
Chrome, Aaron.
Okay, yeah, that's why Minui was playing AD, right? That's why I was.
Yeah, he does play
Yeah.
AD. He played before he role swapped.
Yeah.
and
No,
he's
I
very
know.
good
Minui-
at it.
I was just trying to remember.
Minui could
like,
do it all.
Who, like, how did this work that they had a sub support? But I do also think that a couple other shoutouts quickly, like Gamers Collecting Club Esports and Roland the Hayden were some fun teams that were made, and I think they did pretty well. And I also want Kongzi to get his chance to talk about Team Samsara as they fall pretty recently, one game away from still being alive and playing against Dead Region for the spot. But they did get 2-1 by Deathmark, so yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I think Bach would probably have better words to put it than I can, because we have a team of like people that are so individually talented that I don't think there is really any team in the lower bracket that could have contended with us. But man, it's just the inconsistency. It's inconsistency, and then like we have very very, I guess you could say, skewed opinions on how to draft or how to play the game. And like we're letting Karma go through, we're playing Karma. I mean, every single time we play Karma, we lose. But like when it becomes the best champion that's left up, it's like, and you can't ban it. Like, what do? Do you play it or do you ban it? And we just get into that situation so often in game like 2, game 3. And it just becomes like such a big like pain in the side for us. But I mean, I know my players are heartbroken about it. Definitely one we could have wanted back, especially like considering how much we actually put into investing into the players. But yeah, I mean, it's heartbreaking, man. I mean, Deathmark, they earned the respect that they were given. I mean, going into it, we scouted ahead the entire bracket. It was either Deathmark, Dead Region we were the most like kind of worried about, and we kind of ranked them on scales, and we individually prepped for every single game. And Deathmark was the hardest team to play against, and it's just because of Verdict and Karsiak. Their champion pools are just so. It's so unnatural to be playing against people that play like these champions that are like Zaheen, like Olaf, and having to like, because you have to prep around them because of the way they're drafting, and it's like it's so hard. And we kind of lost the pre-OQ that happened. I mean, we kind of lost to a similar style of play, whereas like it was a Calamity we lost to. But I mean, this Verdict guy, I mean, he's just so hard to draft around. Like because he's just an Udyr OTP in solo queue, and then off Udyr, he just seems lost. But in competitive play, dear God, this guy is like a monster to try to figure out how to draft around. Like it's hard. But I kind of will just keep it at that. But Bach probably has some more things he could say about it than I can put it together.
No, I mean just the classic tale of like KingK said, good players, and then we don't like. You guys ever see that experiment where they sit like kids down at a table and they give them a marshmallow and they say, "Hey, if you don't touch this marshmallow for 30 seconds, you're gonna get 5 more marshmallows." And then like a bunch of the kids will just take and eat the marshmallow now because they don't understand like delayed gratification or like discipline or waiting. Like it's like a part of the brain that develops. Like there's like a whole study about this. So this team, good players, they don't understand that to win, you sometimes have to do hard work. And in fact, day drinking and canceling scrims and flaking out on scrims and then being surprised when you get beat when the pressure's on. Like this is just like not computing as a 1-to-1 conversion in their minds, which is unreal for fully developed adults. So I'm bitter because not because I like every single one of these players once again, but as a coach, it's my job to tell these guys the things that they need to hear to develop as players. And oh, it's okay, guys, just try again next time. Do the same shit. That's like the definition of insanity. Why would you do the same thing over and expect a different result? Like something needs to change. These guys they're not promoting with this team this year. It's just not possible. They're not good enough. They don't have the experience. But I expect them to at least make that final round to possibly go into the promotion tournament if they played at the peak that I know they can. But they're just slackers, dude. What can I say? They're just slackers.
Yeah.
This OQ is
But
like a simulation where Bach is just the entire OQ. He's just coaching all his
yeah,
teams. He's choosing, picking and choosing, manipulating what happens. Bach
Like
is
Hunger
the
Games,
ace
dude.
and everyone. He just
Bartender, angel shot.
angel shot.
yeah. I mean, Bach definitely said it a lot better than I can because I would like to go L9, but I can't do that on the podcast. So we'll keep it at that.
I want all these
L9.
guys to succeed. I want them all to
Yeah,
succeed.
it's yeah. I mean, it's so crazy. Like I love them all so much. I believe that all of them are capable of doing it. And I mean, I would just like to give one shout out real quick to one of my players because I don't think he gets enough respect for as much as he does. But this Kappa dude, he he started playing competitively a year and a half ago. Like he was like he's dabbled with the game a little bit, but like he just picked up the game a year and a half ago, and this guy is like hit challenger. Um, and then on top of that, like his growth is just so exponentially. Like it's probably the highest growth ceiling I've seen out of any top laner I've ever competed with, played with, or coached. And he might be a little bit of a four trick right now, but this guy plays his four champions so well that I don't even know how to begin to describe it. But shout out to this Kappa guy. He's up and coming. He puts a lot of hard work in. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good to
Also-
know, actually,
Yeah.
because he's in ACL. Hopefully we see more of him. Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Also, I don't know if you know this, Kongzi, but your cam went down on the thing.
Oh, it did.
Just letting you know.
Give me a
It's been
second.
down for like 15 minutes. Yeah.
I texted you, but like it's all good. No worries. And
I'm so sorry.
no, don't worry, you're
Oh,
good.
you're good.
And subscribe to the Patreon for the Kongzi L9 and Bach incest special.
W.
All right. I guess last thing that or one of the last things that we want to mainly talk about is so there's two spots left, right? Obviously, Lotus contingent, and they'll be against Blue Otter and AMI. But there's also four teams in contention still, and they're not the teams that we initially expected, largely because of the bracket, but also just because of a strong performance by all of the teams here. They've shown a lot of things. So, um, the two remaining teams will be one of either Bus Drivers or Nine Lives, and then one of Dead Region or Deathmark Esports. So we can talk about this first match, L59 Bus Drivers versus L9 or L9 Nine Lives. I said,
Nine
which
lives.
makes sense because L and 9, but I think so. So Bus Drivers is I can't remember the names, but they did lose to Lotus in the last round, and it's kind of like the Morningstar team without Yushin.
Yeah, so they are they're okay. I this is my first time pronouncing the names. So they're Beko, Kaiomer, we tried to run Mohano, and then X fuck X1 or something.
Ishwan. True.
Ishwan, yeah. So it's basically just a combination of like Red Note plus Misfits from previous OQs. That's basically what we have on our hands here. Very aggressive team that we kind of highlighted last week. Their jungler really likes to go Graves, Talon, a lot of the carry junglers that you see. And like the mechanical upside of this team was something, and the early game aggression is something that we said could maybe be like a difficulty for Lotus, who we've gone on record saying like their early game is usually the weakest phase of their play. But Lotus won, so I am inclined to believe that like this team is still really good, but I'm inclined to believe that this can be a competitive series. Honestly, is what I'm trying to get at. Like they look like a team that could actually beat out Nine Lives, but I don't know. I'm feeling like Nine Lives are probably favored in my mind here.
Do you have the Nine Lives roster really quick? Because that's
Yeah,
I
hang on.
do.
yeah.
Philip, Will, Ablaze Olive, Meech, Clarice.
Yeah,
All right.
that
That
team
should be
is stacked as
that
fuck.
should be a shoe in. That should be a shoe in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
not
I
going
think
to
it would
leak
be a
results.
bigger up.
Oh, go on.
League result.
I think it would be I think it would probably be the biggest upset of the entire OQ tournament if that team loses to the I guess
Bus
can I just
drivers,
call them the Chinese team?
the bus drivers.
The Chinese
The bus
team.
drivers.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Sorry, everybody just calls them that. I
That's
mean
fair.
that's
Yeah, no, you're right.
everybody
You're right.
calls
You're
them
right.
the
My
bus
fault. My fault.
drivers.
All right, Bach.
You got to thank the bus
Leak the
drivers.
results.
Oh, I'm not going to leak the results, but Supernova has been scrimming some OQ teams because, you know, with playoffs, you don't want to scrim the person you're playing next, and then you don't want to, and like some of the teams dropped out or taking breaks, so there's just way less opportunity to scrim. So we've been trying to scrim some of the top OQ teams, and by far, I'll say that Nine Lives has been looking like the strongest, at least in terms of scrims.
Okay.
And I mean,
They
having
basically have like 4 NACL players on their team.
legitimately. So IMO, I think players like Will, like ABO, and like Philip have the experience and stability to not give angles to a team that likes to play volatile champions like these snowballing assassins. So IMO, I think it's just going to be some pretty clean and controlled gameplay, and it should be a pretty clear. Is it a best of 5 or best of 3?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Best
it
of
should be
three.
a 2-0 for Nine Lives IMO.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think so. Like, bus drivers couldn't, like, they got leads, but they couldn't beat Lotus, and
Yeah.
that should be an indicator that, like, in, I think it'd be a miracle for them to get one game. However, I think they showed a lot. They made it really close, and if they were on the other side of the bracket, I would probably put them making it in. But it's just kind of unfortunate. I mean, they had to beat a lot of, or like I think play against good teams to get here, and it's just kind of unlucky the way things panned out. But they did a lot of good things in this tournament as well.
Mm,
That is saying like assuming that there's no chance they win, which is kind of what we're making it sound like. But I think they looked
mm.
like a strong team. I actually did think they would beat Lotus for a while,
If
but then it
there's
fell apart.
if there's any team that could actually beat them, it might actually be the Chinese team. Bus drivers, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. Um because these guys, they might not make the right macro decisions, which might throw off the team they're playing against, and I think it does with a lot of teams because we were getting a lot of feedback from because we're building up some like connections with other orgs, but like we're just getting feedback from like coaches, other orgs, and a big comment that a lot of people would usually say to us after playing against this bus drivers team is that these guys are really like mechanically good, very mechanically gifted. They never make the right macro decision, but if they are making a decision, they're all making it as 5 people on the same page.
That can win you
So
OQ games, but I don't know if it can beat
that
like
definitely
a
can.
NACL centric team. That's the problem. And when I saw them play against Lotus, I was
Mhm.
like, wow, this was looking really good. And it's exactly what you said, Kongzi. Like when it came to the mid and late game, I was just like, wow, they're just grouping mid on repeat, losing side lanes, losing their jungle, losing vision. I was like not to shame them or anything, because like obviously for within the context of OQs, they did really well and they've looked like a strong team. And like I said, with better RNG, they might have made it through. But I think it's just really difficult to beat a team that has so many experienced players, even like at the tier 1 level, that it's like they're not just gonna make. They're always gonna make the better macro decisions. Maybe not the best, but like better in general and consistently. So I think it's tough for them. But I think we're kind of on a consensus for that. And then the last
Yeah.
match is maybe interesting too. It's Dead Region versus Deathmark, and if anyone has those rosters, please
Yeah,
let
give me a
us
minute.
know. Yeah.
I know them by heart. So
Okay.
uh, actually,
Uh,
no, I don't know the Death
Porsche,
Marquis for all
Cross,
that well.
Robbie Bob, Rock Boom, Novabot. Boom, boom,
Right.
boom, boom, boom.
That's fire actually. And then
What do
Deathmark
we think of this
has.
roster? Oh, well.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's a good
Deathmark.
roster.
Deathmark is Karziak, Verdict, Zeepri, Good Boy, and Admiral Potato.
Zepre. He's French.
Zeppre.
They're all
Sorry.
French,
Zepre.
right? They're all
Yes,
French.
Yeah.
French
They're all
Canadian.
French.
Tabernac. Quebecois.
So one of the things that I wanted to point out about that Deathmark Esports team is they're reverse their roles. Because sometimes in the tournament, Good Boy will play mid, and then Sir Zepri will play AD carry, and then because Good Boy is an ex AD carry player that's also been very recently practicing mid and solo queue, they are flexing their roles whenever they're
That's
playing.
annoying.
That's pretty cool, though.
That's kind of what they did on the
Yeah.
Flying Tigers or something. Or I know Zepre did it before, like in some capacity.
Yeah,
Or he just
Zeppre is
multi-talented. I don't know.
Zeppre is multi-talented.
Yeah, if you look at their solo queue, you can kind of see like Zepri has no mid games this season, and then Good Boy only has mid games this season. But like Good Boy is like a really good Ezreal player. Like that's what he was known for when he was playing AD carry. And if they are drafting and they go like a Rise Ezreal, I mean, you can kind of just like assume it's gonna be Good Boy AD carry on Ezreal and then Sir Zephyr mid on Rise. So I feel like those are the characters this guys play very well and are kind of the best for. But
Yeah.
that'd be my read on them, and I think that's actually an X factor for that team is they excel at different things, but they have the flexibility to swap players in and out of the roles depending on what type of draft they want to go with.
That said, I think Dead Region is the favorite, like by a pretty wide margin.
yeah.
What most people would assume,
Mhm.
like that team, yeah, Porsche, Robbie Bob. It's a team comprised of people who are consistently expected to like play at the top of OQs. I think Deathmark, they had like an easier bracket run than most, and they're definitely good players. But like even individually and holistically as a team, it's hard to just uh like
Yeah.
see angles in my eyes for them to really just like that I can envision them winning easily or at all.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. Just shout outs because I'm really happy to see that Sur Zepre and Verdict are here because I coached them a little bit when they were on Gravity with a Josu and Arbrio and Redemption. So that was fun. That was about a year ago now, and I think the fact that they're making it this far in OQs, obviously, I'm not taking any credit for that, but just it's fun to see players who were notorious. They were improving at the time, and now look where they're at. They're in the finals of this like lower bracket, and like they just need one series to go into the promotion tournament. I don't
Bog, you
think
were
they're going
coaching
to
that
win.
team, the Royals team in the other OQs, like a while ago.
No, this is an ACL.
Oh, okay. A
Yeah, and I
graduate.
wasn't
Okay.
like officially coaching. I was just kind of like doing my little finger thing. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
he does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as I do,
as you do.
as one does.
Fair enough.
But here's my deal. All that I want is if this Dead Region team of Porsche, Cross, Robbie, Bob, Rock Boom, and Nova, they're the better team. I want a team of people who actually want to improve and compete to win. So if I don't know these guys, if that's them, I don't want to put like any ill will towards them. If this is just like a group of people who are like, haha, like we're good. We were bored and decided to run OQs. We don't really care. It's like, and they're the better team. Well, obviously the better team deserves to win. I would rather have a team of hungry players kind of get the shot than not like saying near airport. It's like near airport without the clout, right? Like where's the love? Where's the hustle? Where's the passion at?
Well,
So
as much as Nova instigates and says some BS on Twitter, he did respond to this, and I couldn't even tell if it was serious, but it seems to be serious now in that they're scrimming a lot and taking this very seriously. Like they
oh
want,
hell yeah.
yeah.
Then I take everything I said like back, and I like if these guys are here to win and here to play, then yeah, good shit. That's what I like to see. That's all I care about at the end of the day. I
I
just
can
want
agree
people
with
who
that
care.
mentality actually.
Mhm.
Like if there's just a team, like I really appreciate the near airport comparison, honestly. Cause like even when they joined the league, I was like, do these guys actually give a shit? Or do they just want to be Caedrel from Timu? Um so I do want teams that are more actually passionate and hungry to improve and win to get into the tournament. Um and yeah, like it does seem like that is Dead Region. It's part of the reason why I have been like believing in them so hard. Is because it seems like they legitimately want to try. So I mean I give them that faith. And I think they're going to win. Like I think this will probably be I'm gonna say a 2-1. I think that Deathmark have actually surprised me with how far they've made it. So I'll give them a game, but I think Dead Region should be the favorites here just with the experience and like the players that they have on this roster.
Makes sense.
You down with that?
Kong or Kongzi, did you say already? Yeah.
His name is King
No,
K.
King K, my bad, my bad.
yeah, KingK.
Is that an official
Um,
name change or is that just uh like a meme?
it was it. Well, I mean, it's kind of a little bit of both, but
Uh-huh.
yeah. Apparently, you know, Kongzi doesn't get very good rep apparently. So I'm a
Wait, really?
I'm an org owner. I'm an org owner and a player at the same time. So I'm just trying to make sure, like, I'm rebuilding my reputation. But
Because
maybe KingK wasn't the best
I think
to go
there's a
with.
player at the top of like AML, AVL who consistently wins named like King Coney, and that's who I think
Yeah,
of.
that's my goat. I love King Coney.
Shout out to him. So that's
Shout
But
out
like,
Mario Kart 8.
yeah.
I think for this series though, I'm gonna hedge it 2-1 Deathmark.
To
I
Death
think
Mark.
Oh,
I actually think after playing against them and having to prep against them, I think
is this
they're
just because you lost to
logistically
them and you want to say that
no
you
Oh.
no 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 like legitimately logistically preparing against this team is a nightmare. For basically I think Dead Region, they're good players and maybe they'll like hands check them, but at the same time, like Good Boy and Sir Zephyr are really solid players, which I feel like it's gonna counteract the better performing players on Dead Region. They're very consistent in their laning phase. They're not missing CS. They're not making stupid decisions in their laning phases. But I think, yeah, I don't know. I think Texas is gonna. I think you might struggle against Sir Zephyr, Good Boy, and Admiral Potato. Um, Yeah, and also, like I said, we lost to them, so yeah, it's a little bit of that. But at the same time, I do think that they actually will win. Even if we didn't lose to them, even if they were like dropped to another bracket, I'm pretty sure they would win.
Mhm. But if you had won, would you
If
win?
we had won, it would be yeah, we would win.
Okay, makes sense.
I think against teams that are playing against like pretty normal things, because that's the issue with our team is we have inconsistency against things that we're not practiced against. Um, I think we would have had a better time, but also at the same time, we can't be drafting Karma and Varus and losing lane. So yeah, it's a little bit rough.
Sounds like PTSD for you, the karma. Uh,
Yeah, it's
so,
been a very strong talking point the
mhm,
last week.
sounds like it. All right, I wish I did this last week with Foles and Icelandic Hero, but now that we're on week 3, Bach and Mr. KingK, so I put Contingent and Blue Water as the two teams to promote. Quax put Cupid and Lotus. I guess maybe Quax, you should like
Yeah, are we
add
allowed to
another.
rectify our?
Sure. You can add one, but I'm putting a plus, not a slash, because you're wrong. So,
Right, sure.
then go
So,
ahead.
uh, I will quickly. I'll just say I think it's gonna be Lotus and 9 lives,
Okay.
or not 9 lives.
Sure.
Cupid or Lotus and Contingent.
Oh, okay. Contingent. All right. So
Yeah,
you're just copying us now. Okay, nice.
yeah, I am.
Um, and then Gordo's teams are still in as well, 9 lives. And same with Fiji. All right, Mr. Bach. Who are your two teams to promote?
Yeah, this is the toughest question I've ever been asked, honestly, in my life. I'm going to personally go with. Do I go with what my heart tells me or what my brain tells me?
Well,
Go with your heart,
talk
bro.
with talk us through what you're thinking in both
Yeah.
Okay,
regards.
if it's my heart telling me, it's going to be Contingent and 9 lives
Okay.
because I want to see some new blood. I want to see some of these people rise up. If it's what my brain is telling me, it's going to be 9 lives and Blue Water.
A Gordo, 9 lives and blue. So okay, so which one do you want to go with though? That's the question.
Um, well, apparently my brain didn't do me very well this past week, so I'm gonna go with my heart this time. So I'm gonna go with the two underdogs, the two whippersnappers. Let's get some contingents and some 9 lives in there
Okay.
for me. Lock it in.
All right, it's locked in now. Uh, King K. What are we going with?
All right, so I think I've seen the future and I can kind of predict it. So I think
Mm.
9 lives versus Lotus, round one. 9 lives will win. I think the next round would be Contingent versus Deathmark. I think Contingent stomps them. Then going into it, I think it'll be Blue Otter versus Contingent and Lotus versus AMI. I think Lotus will promote. And I think Contingent will actually
I think it's the Lotus side
cho-
that plays Blue Otter, by the way.
Lotus side that plays Blue Otter. Then yeah, flip it.
Yes.
So then because I think AMI I think they're getting relegated, regardless of who they're playing against. I don't think they're a stronger team than 9 lives, Lotus, or Contingent. So I think it's a shoe in there wherever you go and wherever you see it. But I think Blue Otter will maintain their spot.
Okay, so then you're saying Blue Otter and Contingent are the ones that make it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, nice. Um, cool. Was there any other things that we had mentioned talking about? Those were, I think, kind of the main things. All right, cool. I think
I think we're all good.
I think we're good.
that about wraps it up for this week. Shout out to Quax for always joining me every week, and then also this week Bach and Mr. KingK Kongzi. Their Twitter and details and stuff will be in the description. Go follow them. Go support their teams. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Best of luck to the remaining teams in OQs, and we'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.